Sorry,
This
so what?
conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so may I know what name you said? Is that Pranav?
It's Pranay.
Pranay, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so Pranay, just want to know. So, do you have any programming knowledge before apart from Salesforce? I mean, any other language like C Sharp or any other language?
Yeah, I'm proficient in C Sharp,
Okay,
Python.
okay. So these are the list of which we will go through with it by the time. So it's basically this is covering your admin and the Salesforce development both the part. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so here basically the main the topic which exactly the market is having the demand and which they are looking for the exactly some of the topics where you can have the hands-on experience, so with the practical session, so all things covered under this part. So if I can just go through with the this options day by day. So here we have the first day. Maybe once we start, so we'll go through with the why the Salesforce came into the picture, the CRM, the basics part of the Salesforce, the organizational settings, where you can go and define your personal and organization advanced settings. Okay.
Yeah.
Second day will be your creating the objects, tabs, and your applications, how you can do the basic creation of this. So that will be covered. Third day, we are going to discuss about the profile, how you can set up your profile, the role, the page layout, the appearance setting in in the field in that page. So everything will be covered into this. So day four will be your security part. So this security is having the vast thing in the Salesforce. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, a record and field level security. So these both are the very important, which we are going to cover in the day four. And the day fifth, we are going to do the practical session for whatever we have covered there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then again for the sixth day, we will cover the record types and the relationship. If you know, I mean, for any other languages, right? So, a relationship is one of the very key things. So that we are going to cover on this day six. Day seven will be your rules, assignment rules, escalation process. So it's in Salesforce also we are having the multiple process where you can design in such a way where escalation and the assignment can be auto assigned to the the business. So that going we are going to discuss on the day six. Sorry, day seven.
Mm-hmm.
Your day eight will be workflow, process builder, automation. So Salesforce is having their own automation in admin part itself, because apart from doing the coding in the Apex, you will have some automation in Salesforce from the admin side also. So that will be there in your workflow and process builder. So basically, your most of the companies, right? If you go through with their work profile and everyone, so 80 to maybe 70% task, whatever they are performing, that is basically comes under the admin part only. So rest 20 and 30% which cannot be performed with the admin part, they are going with the developer part. So your admin part is one of the basic and the key things when you know the basic part. So obviously for the development, as I think you're saying you are having the C sharp knowledge, right? So so the basic oops concept, you are very much familiar with that. So the coding is just the syntax may be different with this Apex and the triggers, but the concept remains same. So that
Yes.
we will discuss. Okay, so then ninth day we will cover the lead conversion and sales process. So Salesforce, as I said, it's the part of the CRM, right? So in the CRM, it's very important to know the sales process. So what is your opportunity, accounts, contacts, so all these things we will cover in day nine. So again, day 10, I kept this as a practical session. So whatever we will cover in this time, we will have this practical session on this day 10. Then again, day 11 it will be your data loader, bulk API. So in Salesforce, what how you are loading the data. So for example, if you are having any organization, and from there if you want to put data into your organization, so that's you can do through the data loader part. And then again, if you are having a lot of data, so that will be covered through the bulk API. So these both are also important. um, Day 12 will be your REST and SOAP integration. So what okay, so if you have any third party application, so from third party application, how you can fetch data into data, in the sense the integration part, how you can get the data and the integration from third party to the Salesforce. So REST and SOAP is really very much important in the Salesforce aspect. So if you go anywhere outside, the first, even everywhere they used to ask the this two concept, the REST and SOAP. Then day 13 we'll go through with the sandboxes. So what we have the sandboxes in Salesforce, the debugging, how you can go and do the debug part. Then your 14th, which I can say is the final day for your admin, where where we can go and do this, how we can do the deployment in Salesforce. So whatever till the time you have done, so at the end it's very important how to make you to have the deployment to the from your Salesforce, right? Because that's the thing, for that developer is working the whole the time. So then the day 15 again we'll have the practical, whatever we have covered. Day 16 from where we can do the epics coding. So here most of the day we'll go through with the practical session. So day 16 also will have some practical with the Apex coding. Day 17 also will do some Apex coding with the practical, and then day 18 will be covered your triggers part. So in a development, I can say the most important thing which people used to say is your Apex coding triggers. Visual force page, test classes. So some advanced settings will be like your synchronous and asynchronous process in Apex. So these are the some advanced level things which we are going to cover. So basically, from day 15 or day 16 to day 22nd, we will go through with that the complete advance in Salesforce. So these are the things we are going to cover under the Salesforce part. Okay, do you have any doubts in this part, or
Like everything is clear.
okay? Shiva,
So
so you wanted to have anything more today like that?
Yeah, I can give some introduction and you can
can
develop
we
Salesforce.
Introduction of Salesforce like that? Is that what you're saying? Shiva?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you are saying introduction of Salesforce, or how
Yes.
it will be?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so let me have a quick login to the Salesforce. But just let me.
sure?
Okay, so Pranay, so just very quick thing, right? Basically in Salesforce you have two logins, right? One is your test login, and one is your basically. Let me put this in Notepad. Okay, so we have basically two logins. Okay, so this login is basically your all this non-prod environment, and this is basically for your prod. So why we are keeping this as a separate is because most of the companies, right, they used to keep multiple non-prod environments where it is deciding like so multiple sandboxes in the sense. So you are having the environment where you are going to log in and where you are going to create your credential, right? So
Yeah.
that's basically so most of the companies keep multiple non-prod environments. So where one sandbox is where you developer can go and do the modification. Then the second non-prod sandbox where they are moving the changes for the UAT testing, for the user testing. And then finally, if everyone feel like okay, this code is everything looks okay and testing is successful, then they are finally moving into that production. So your finally production login is different, which is your login.salesforce.com. So the first time, even when we create the credential for you, so that is basically inside your test.salesforce.com only.
Mhm.
So let me just pause this session and let me have a login first.
Sure.
Okay, so this is how it looks like when you log into your uh, Salesforce. So basically, what happened is, so this is just, I mean, of course, with the time we'll go through with the each and everything. So this is how it looks, and here you will have all your setting and everything will be here. So these are all are your tabs. So just having brief introduction, right? Okay, so are you aware what is CRM, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so any brief things on the CRM?
As in what in which context?
So basically, what CRM do in that way?
It's to manage customer relations.
Okay, so basically, in when the Salesforce introduces first time, right? So what did I mean? I'm just giving you the past little history, so you will understand why the CRM and why the Salesforce is really a very hit in the market today. Okay, so so what happened is Salesforce when they launched the CRM. So basically, the purpose is as what you said, right? It's basically customer relationship management where you are taking care of all the pre-sales, post-sales, surveys, kind of activities. So, so when the Salesforce launched the CRM, they went into the market and they said, "Okay, boss, hey boss, we have created the CRM and this is completely on the cloud. So please go ahead and you can take our this new product." So some companies, some organization like this concept, they find this is really helpful, so they bought it. But some of the company they feel like, no, why we should use your CRM because we are having already our own CRM, so why we should go with that? So that's the reason. So one is, if I say, so we have SaaS concept in the Salesforce, then we have the PaaS concept, and we have the IaaS concept here. So basically, your all this Salesforce, the application which you are seeing, that is the part of your SaaS. So Salesforce.com. So that this is nothing but your application.
On cloud.
Yep, application on cloud. So then next you have, let me put as a full software as a service. Okay. Then the second we have is the platform as a service. So this is basically your it's basically your force.com, right? In which the so the force.com, in which the Salesforce has been developed, right? So force.com is nothing but the platform where you have created the where the companies has created the Salesforce. So it happens where, as I said, I was telling you the story, right? So the company was initially launched in the market, and they created their own CRM, and they went into the market and they said, okay, so these are the products what we have developed. So some of them are ready to buy that. They said this is really good, but then some of them they said, why we should go with that, because we are having already our CRM, and why we trust on your CRM only. Because it happens, right? Because all the organization, they are having their own requirements, and someone, for example, as let's say if I am a company ABC, and I have already having my own CRM, which is which recently I bought it, and I invested a really a very good amount into that. So I don't want again to buy the Salesforce CRM, because I'm already having the my own CRM. So what I will do? So again, these kind of questions raised for them. So what they said is, okay, so give me the platform where I can put my software, and then I can be able to use the cloud features as well, right? So
Yes.
if anyone is having their own software and still just they want to use the cloud features, they can go through with that pass format. So
Yeah.
basically, so they can go and develop their whatever the software they have, they will go into that. Okay. So third is your infrastructure as a service. Okay, so in infrastructure, if I tell you, then basically, apart from so the cloud is definitely will be one of the features, but sometime it happens where you just need the space on the server, but you are saying, okay, so I just need the space, but rest everything will be mine. So I'm not sure if I give you the real time example, right? So one option is, let's say if I want to go and buy a villa, so villa is ready and I just need to go and buy a villa, which is your SaaS concept, right? Then the second option is the everything, the premises has been developed by the developer, where they are providing the swimming pool, the road constructions and everything, and they are just telling boss, we are just giving you the villa space, and how you want to develop this is up to you, right?
Yeah.
So that is basically your PaaS concept. The third is, I'm not going to develop anything. I'm just giving you the space, and whatever you want to develop, that is up to you. The road, the swimming pool, and whatever you want to develop, boss, this is the area what we are going to provide you, and the rest everything will be from your side. So that is basically your infrastructure as a service. So some example is what you are using, let's say the Yahoo and everything. So that is basically your infrastructure as a service concept. So are you getting all this concept? I mean, is that
Yes.
it's
Yes,
it's
everything's clear. Yeah.
okay? Okay, cool. So this is the history of why we got Salesforce. The three the main things in the market. So usually, if people are asking, the Salesforce about the Salesforce, so they are talking about your SaaS. But if you are going for some higher level, where, for example, the architecture level, or the higher level of position, so people are looking for basically for your force.com, where they will specifically ask you, I mean, do you have any knowledge with the force.com? So that is this thing. So this is about this one. So I think one part is you are clear with this login. I mean, the test.salesforce.com and the login.salesforce.com, and then why we have the SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS. So that is second thing.
So what is the infrastructure that Salesforce is providing as IaaS?
No, so Salesforce is not doing anything with the IaaS.
Okay, just
Okay.
SaaS and PaaS.
Yes. So Salesforce is basically, as I said, it's the part of the SaaS. But if someone is asking about the platform as a service, then it is the force.com. Okay. Even don't get confused with the Salesforce.com and the force.com.
Okay, yeah,
Salesforce.com is the application developed on the force.com.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then some sandboxes which I said. So I'll just give you the roughly what this I mean so that this when I'm saying the sandboxes concept, right? So sandbox is nothing but your uh, uh, so uh, so where the company, so everything is there on cloud, right? So where the company will go and log in. So for example, I log into the test.salesforce.com. So inside the test.salesforce.com, we are having the multiple area. So as I said, right, so what company used to do is they used to have the QA, then some company used to have the UAT. Um, so these are the some common sandboxes which company used to prefer. So apart from your main production, so rest whatever they are using, so the others are your non-prod sandboxes. So company used to have the development, QA testing. UAT is your final user acceptance test, where user is going to do the testing and they will give the final confirmation. And then after that, it is the deployment process which you have to do, and then you are moving your code into the production. Okay, so this is basically the cycle where just give you the roughly idea, because this is what, for example, if I'm in my organization and how this cycle goes. So first I will go and work in the my dev environment, and then I will move my code for the, if it is required a QA testing, then I will move into the QA, and then from it will go to the final user acceptance testing, and then if everything goes fine, then it will the developer will do the deployment process, and then it will go to the production. So this is all basically your life cycle for this sandboxes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are the things. Rest again, if I say, okay, so this the my settings and everything I wanted to cover maybe tomorrow. So just okay, so just to give you one this thing. Okay, so okay, so here as of now today, we logged into the test, right? So when I will log into the production, I will show you that's how we are having the multiple clouds there. Multiple cloud in the sense what we used to do is So we used to have Sales Cloud. So see, these are the some basic and common cloud what we have. So basically, what happened is, if as a company, right? So as a company, if I want to go with the Salesforce and I said, okay, boss, I want to buy some Salesforce. Of course, they will not give me the complete software, right? So let's say if as a small organization, I want to say, boss, I just need the pre-sales module from you. So basically, cloud. When I'm mentioning all the Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Marketing Cloud, all these are the module inside your Salesforce application,
Yes, yeah,
right? So in
yeah.
the company, it is possible when they will go and say they just need the sales part. So where they just want to focus on the pre-sales. So this activity is your from pre-sales to actually till the time sales happen. So everything will be covered under your Sales Cloud. Service
Mm-hmm.
Cloud is basically your after sales service. So once you're sell done, so company used to provide you the services, right? Because let's say once the sell done, then of course it is very important that people looking for the servicing, what kind of service that company provides. Let's say for I sold you 100 laptops, right? So my
Mm-hmm.
first activity completed because I sold you the 100 laptops. But to maintain a relation with you, and which is the most common things in the CRM, is to maintain the your order, maintaining your the complaints and everything will be organized, right? So you should
Yeah.
not feel like after buying the product, the company is nowhere to take care of the user. So what they do is, for that's the reason they are having the Service Cloud, where after the sales service, whatever the process is there, that is basically covered under the Service Cloud. Okay, so the next is your Marketing Cloud. What they do is, so Marketing Cloud is, so most of the Salesforce where you go for example, for the interview and everywhere, right? So they will
Mm-hmm.
ask for basically for the Sales and Service Cloud only. Marketing Cloud is somehow it is the new features that later on the company introduced, and this is for providing the more enhanced feature for the business. So what they do is, if you know, right, for example, if you are having any for example, as I said, if you bought 100 laptops, so one is selling the laptop, the second is I'm providing the service, but what next? These are the common things that most of the company do. But
Mm-hmm.
again, to have the more and more interaction with the user. So have you seen the company used to take all the the personal information, for example, your date of birth, your email ID. So what happened is they used to send you the birthday email as well, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So even in terms of the credit cards, right, the bank used to send you the birthday reminder like, hey, happy birthday on your these day and whatever, some such
Yeah.
mails, right? So these are the basically the personalized thing which they wanted to cover more, to make you more feel special on this. Sometimes it happens where they used to send you the special features just because of your profile. So if you have seen sometime, right, based on your profile, a bank used to send you like we pre-approved loan for 5 lakh rupees, or
Yes.
10 lakh rupees, right? So how they do that, because they are having your data, and based on that they used to send you the personalized message, right?
Yes.
uh, so all these things, the personalization when it coming, right, so that is basically covered under the Marketing Cloud. So where the this so we are having the tool, the most famous tool is your Exact Target, right? So Exact Target is a tool under the so it's also the part of the Salesforce. So It's basically doing all this, which I said, the the personalized sending the mails and everything will be covered here. Okay, so apart from this, we have the custom cloud. As the name says, custom means the additionally any clouds which you are creating, right? So Salesforce is not just limited with the CRM now, because it happens where all the companies wants to have their own customization. So what they do is, for example, even let's say I'm a logistic company, right? So in logistic
Hmm.
company, one thing which I required is the, okay, to maintaining the customer records and maintaining the CRM is the one part. But what happens if I want to have the rest of the process? For example, if my logistic process where I'm generating the invoices, if I'm getting the some goods on my go down, and then how many days it's supposed to be there. So all this process, right? So really, do I need to go and buy the another software for that? So one is already Salesforce is giving me the CRM, but what about the rest of the process, right? So
Yeah.
again, one thing is, so I'm keeping the CRM, and then again I'm going to the another software to maintaining my the logistic. And if I'm having the banking application, so I need to have the another application for that. So of course it is a multiple software which I need to buy it, right? So that is really not required in the case of the Salesforce. So what they do is, along with the CRM, you can go and do the modification as per your company's requirement. And here what the developer comes, where they said, hey boss, yes, we can go and we can create this the new features and the new as I said, what we are going to discuss in coming sessions, right? So they will go and create the new tabs, new features, and everything will be creating by them. So that is basically your custom cloud. Okay, so Pranay, do you have any questions till time, or it
No.
sounds okay to you?
I didn't get your name though.
Rajiv, it's Rajiv.
Rajiv. So, Rajiv, why teaching?
Sorry,
Why teaching?
just for my passion.
Uh, yeah.
So in the
I mean,
sense,
I
if I
really like
say,
your approach, the way you approach, like, like the way you started everything.
Mhm.
I really liked it, and yes, I'm gonna talk to my employer and really look forward into this.
Okay, perfect. So basically, honestly, if I tell you I mean, I have seen the lot of people when they provide the topics, right? So
Hmm.
what they do is, the one thing is where they can go and so if you have seen their topic, so it is covered like the variables and small parts. So
Yep.
I mean, it's up to the trainer where they can stretch the one things into the multiple sessions. But what the topic which I have covered, right? So after that session, if you go to anywhere and you can blindly say like, yes, I know the Salesforce. So these topics are covered basically into the the areas where, as a because I completed from my journey from the developer and so on, right? So I know what it is really required for as a developer or for any person to, when they are saying yes, they know the Salesforce. So these are the very important and key things. If you know with this all this concept, yes, you will be good in that. Of course, some a session is required, because what I'm giving you is the one thing, but then again, person has to go and do some their own R&D, own working on that. So
Yes.
that is the
Yes. Yes.
really required, of course.
Yes, totally makes sense.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you, Raju. Yeah. See
Okay,
you
you're welcome. Yep,
fully.
yep.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye.